yesterday. Ooh, 'cause we're worlds apart, but just the same. Step up and watch it break down. You really want it? Wanna make a scene? Show me what you mean. Let's get it started. Let me see what you got. Can you pick it up a notch? Don't think you got it. Can't handle the pressure yet. Oh, stop talking about it. Gotta make this count. Let's go. Are you ready? Are you ready for me? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to say?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is CAW for me today to talk about a new discovery that was just made this week. It's of a dinosaur called, and I'm probably going to butcher this, it's called Ugrunaaluk. See, I'm already butchering it. It's called Ugrunaaluk. That's it, Ugrunaaluk. I'll get there, don't worry. Ugrunaaluk Kuukpikensis. And it's a huge hadrosaur that was discovered up in Alaska. And the funny thing is, the specimens that were found were juveniles. They found 9-foot-long juveniles, all jumbled together. Apparently, these were all simultaneously killed at the same time. And if you look here at one of the skulls, this is what one of the skulls looks like. So it's the small juveniles, but sorry, I'm suffering from a bit of a sore throat and a cold right now. If I sound a bit weird, it's because I've got a bit of a cold. So, yeah, understand that. So, these dinosaurs, these hadrosaurs, in my opinion, they kind of help link what dinosaurs came after this one, because it's been suggested that because of the skeletal wise look at this dinosaur and the relative age of it, which is about, they've calculated that the age of this dinosaur is around 69 million years ago. They actually reckon that this dinosaur probably was the ancestor to one of the most famous hadrosaurs, Edmontosaurus, and I think both species of Edmontosaurus would have evolved from this guy. Well, more around one species would have evolved, and then the other species would have evolved from the other species. So I think this is the ancestor to the genus of Edmontosaurus. So, whew, I'm not going to pronounce the name again, but it's a weird mouthful. It's a very large dinosaur. It's been estimated that this dinosaur grew to around, when fully grown, was 30 feet long. Ugrunaaluk. You see, I'm butchering it again. Ugrunaaluk. Kuukpikensis, basically. Its name means ancient grazer of the Colville River, and that's up in northern Alaska. That's near that. Well, that's in the formation known as the Prince Creek Formation. So I've heard of this formation before, but I'm not too familiar about it. The thing about this hadrosaur, the reason it's so significant is because they were so big, and yet they lived in such cold conditions. I mean, around that time, Alaska would have been a paleo-arctic kind of area, and especially because I think around that times, the Mesozoic was only just about starting to come into seasons of cold weather and warm weather. So the climate was changing. These dinosaurs were getting well adapted to it, and it's evident that hadrosaurs were very adapted to it, because if these juveniles are living in small herds, then it shows that they could adapt to situations like that. And because they could grow so large, it shows that even though the weather was so cold, they could still sustain themselves in cold weather for quite a while. So that's quite significant in just this particular time. But the thing is that when they haven't sussed out why these dinosaurs died, why this particular group of specimens died. But from what I feel that maybe there was a flash flood of some kind, or maybe a landslide or something. Like they might have been grazing near a hill or something, and there was a landslide, or maybe just a flash flood or something like that. Something strange, but because the remains were specifically said to be in deposited sediments, and deposited sediments sometimes, well, obviously mostly deposited sediments go through all the process of burial and deposition and diagenesis, but if there are lots of specimens jumbled together and the sediments are quite deposited, then it's possible there was a flash flood. And you see this in other bone beds of other dinosaurs, but mainly ceratopsians. I don't know why that happens. I think ceratopsians are like wildebeest. They cross rivers. Some of them die. Maybe these guys were in a flash flood, or maybe these guys maybe these guys were crossing a river as juveniles, maybe to escape something or to migrate. You never know. But obviously, this dinosaur I feel is important just because now we have a link between species and between genera to say Edmontosaurus would likely evolve from this guy later down the line, because it makes sense and the two look very similar. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you later. Bye bye.